Let's have a go at this exam style question. The question says, the bark of the willow tree has been used for over 3,500 years as a pain reliever. Salicylic acid was discovered in the bark. Scientists were then able to alter the structure of the acid to make aspirin. If a person has an infection, they may get a fever. Aspirin can be used or can be given to reduce the fever. Explain why a person will still have an infection even if they've taken aspirin, and that's worth 2 marks. Let's start by unpicking some of the information given. So the first part up here, this is what I would call setting the scene information. So it's just giving an introduction to where aspirin came from. The important part is further down here. This is what we need to focus on. Let's have a look at the command word. I can see it's here, the word explain. So the question is asking you to say why a person will still have an infection even though they've taken a treatment such as aspirin. Now let's underline other important information or scientific phrases in the question. So I can see the word infection several times. We've got it here and here. What does that mean? Well, an infection is when a pathogen enters the body and causes disease. We've also got the word aspirin several times. What's that? Well, aspirin is a painkiller and it's often used to reduce the symptoms of the infection. Okay, it already tells you at the top that it's a pain reliever, so you've got a bit of information there. Okay, so painkillers like aspirin or paracetamol can be used to treat the symptoms of infections such as headache or fever. But the key point here is that although they help reduce symptoms, they do not kill the pathogens. So a person that has a fever caused by an infection and then takes aspirin to feel better won't actually be treating the infection itself, just the symptoms, which in this case is the fever. So let's have a go at putting an answer together. Remember, this is an explanation question because it says explain. So we need to be using linking words such as so or because or as a result in our explanation. So we can put aspirin can treat symptoms of an infection like fever, but it does not fight the infection. So the person will still have the infection. So that's a 2-mark question. So we've got 1 mark for saying aspirin can treat symptoms of an infection like fever, and 1 mark would be allocated for saying that it does not fight the infection, so the person will still have the infection.